Isn't it absolutely crazy that we now have criminals walking the street because we have a completely broken prison system? We're Great Britain. We're supposed to be the individuals that pioneered all the great things we see in the West. A judicial system that works, a great parliament, great democracy, parliamentary system. But now we're in a position where we're actually letting criminals walk the streets purely based on the fact that we don't have enough space. Isn't that absolutely ludicrous? But no, Keir Starmer's only explanation for doing this is based on the fact that the Conservative government screwed it up.
Weakened by a decade of division and decline, infected by a spiral of populism which fed off cycles of failure of the last government. Every time they faced a difficult problem, they failed to be honest. They offered the snake oil of populism, which led to more failure, round and round and round, stuck in the rut of the politics of performance.
That was his response to Nigel Farage. The thing is, sadly, it doesn't really surprise me, considering we just had 4 years of mayhem and totally unlawful things such as passports, relative to our democratic history, managed to turn ourselves into almost a fascist part of the world. So no, it doesn't surprise me. But that doesn't make it right. And once again, we need to add this to the list of things which is truly moronic. Imagine if I said to you 20 years ago that in 20 years' time, we would run out of space in prisons. You'd be shocked. So why doesn't it shock you now? Your grandchildren are walking down high streets with people who should have served potentially 10 more years in prison because they are professional criminals. But no, we'll let them out, but we'll put innocent people in jail who said some posts on Twitter which are considered hate speech. We'll stop people caring about their country and not allow them to shout certain things in the streets, which quite frankly may not be the most profound things, but British people should be entitled to say anything they want providing it doesn't hurt other people. This concept of hate speech, this concept that you can police what people say, is mental. You can't police what people say. You can't put a muzzle on anyone that you think says something upsetting. The whole point of debate is that there is an opposition. That's how we progress as a country. The whole point is we're not communists. We don't believe that everything should be the same. We believe in debate, and we believe that everyone has a right to an opinion, providing it doesn't hurt lots of individuals in the process. So again, I reiterate this in every single one of my videos. Look at the motivation. Keir Starmer is just a puppet, and he doesn't serve the British people. Just think about it. There are criminals on the streets that shouldn't be on the streets. We have a screwed up judicial system which could have been fixed, in fact should never have been broken, but was potentially broken on purpose. Gifting authority to bad people that then want to do ridiculous things like allow criminals to walk the streets. It is an incredibly complex web of lies, gaslighting that is enforced by the mainstream media. And I would suggest that anybody looks beyond mainstream headlines and they start to think about the motivations behind doing certain things and don't think that it's just a boo-boo or bad Labour policy. Because I can tell you now, this country is being gradually decoded in order to bring forward what Keir Starmer and other individuals above him would regard as a utopia. The only way you can build back something is if it's broken. And if they want to build back better, which is a direct quote from the World Economic Forum, then that means that something already has to be broken. And for some reason, that means letting criminals out on the street. Well, if you ask me, that is a very bizarre solution to fix what I would consider an orchestrated problem. Despite anything, the police have a responsibility and duty to the British public to protect us. Why can't the police step up and take on board the oath that they gave when they committed themselves to protecting the British public? We've got to stop mindlessly following ideas that are pushed out through mainstream media headlines and are then regarded as the truth. When it's not the truth, there are other solutions. Things can be done differently. I hope that some police officers out there will take responsibility for their oath, uphold the law, and protect British people. I hope the people of this country can start to wake up to the blatant mockery of our integrity. Some laws and ideas are not brought forward with credible and honest literature, evidence, and principles. They are brought forward out of nefarious motivations and are there to harm the British people. Only 20% of the population voted for Keir Starmer. That means 80% of people don't really fancy his opinions. If you're one of those people, make your opinion known. Don't live in fear. Don't accept ridiculous policies, and stand up for your sovereignty and for your country. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Montgomery Toms. You can find me on Instagram at montgomery.toms, and you can find me on Twitter at Montgomery Toms. Click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.